Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, hope you're having a good day. Today, I wanted to go ahead and just bring up the topic of skill versus will. It's an interesting one, right? In recovery, I've had to learn the difference between the skills that I have and the willingness to actually apply them. So I hope that this topic helps you out just a little bit. I learned this topic from a work environment that I was in, and it's really applicable to a lot of different areas of our lives. Specifically in recovery, though, I wanted to go ahead and address it. A lot of us have the willingness to make changes in our lives. But a lot of times, what drove us to addiction, we don't have the skills to overcome or to process them. Now, they say some of the biggest drivers of addiction is trauma, abuse, self-loathing is another one. There's a few different topics that they say really drive people to addiction. Again, though, I think that that's a lot of psychological stuff from individuals who may or may not have had to deal with addiction themselves. From my experience, the majority of the counselors that I got put in front of, majority of the people that I got put in front of, they had never been addicted to anything. So in my head, if you have never fought the battle, how are you going to tell me how to fight? If you've never done it yourself, how are you going to tell me how to do it? It's kind of one of the main reasons why I started doing this, because I really want to go ahead and provide some lived experience. And part of that lived experience is understanding that, yes, there's the willingness to go ahead and get clean, but at the same time, I had to recognize I didn't have the skills to do it in some areas. Guys, there's been some days where I've gotten up and I've willed myself through the day. And by that, I mean it was just a straight up, raw, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get it done, I will get it accomplished. Not that I wanted to, not that it was the best thing for me, but just the will to get through, whether it was a 2-hour duration, a whole day duration, but the willingness was self-invoked. It was something that I had inside of me. Then, guys, I ran into some situations where I had to process emotions, and I'll be honest, I'm not the best at processing my emotions. Personally, I don't like emotions, but we all have them. One of the reasons why I drove so deep into addiction was because I wanted to escape my emotions. I started using substances when I was 14 years old. I'm 30 now. That's 16 years of growth that a lot of individuals were able to accomplish that I didn't. So I put myself behind. 24, when I stopped using heroin, I still had like a mentality of a young adult, because I hadn't learned how to process these emotions that I was dealing with. Yeah, my circumstances might have been a lot more extreme than others, but I did not possess the skills to go ahead and work through them. I say that as a personal example, guys, because that's all I can speak from is my own experience. But again, the skills I didn't have, so I had to go ahead and reach out to somebody. I had to reach out to an individual who knew how to process them better. And I was lucky enough to find a few counselors and a few mentors that had struggled with addiction. And I'll tell you what, when I had conversations with them, they were able to provide me with the skills to process those emotions. I'm not saying that you need to go sit in front of a counselor. Some people that does help out, and I do highly recommend it, because at certain points in my life, I had to just unload some stuff, and I couldn't do it with a friend or family member. I had to go ahead and do it with a third party. So that's usually when I go ahead and engage a counselor. But they also have skills. Therapists have skills, psychologists have skills, things that they have studied that can actually be very helpful. So identifying areas in your life that you don't have the skills to process or the skills to work through, those are times that you need to go ahead and reach out to somebody who does have those skills. But guys, in all reality, there's some days in your life where you possess those skills inside of you already. And the decision is, are you willing to go ahead and use them? Are you willing to kind of buckle down or lift it up to a higher power? Are you willing to go ahead and open up yourself to a new emotion, a willingness to go ahead and explore a new way of life? Because that's what recovery is. It's a new way of life. If you have that willingness, sometimes you have to use it. If you don't, cool, learn the skills. But there's a difference, guys, and that difference will help you out down the road between identifying if it's a skill issue or if it's a will issue. Either one, there are solutions to. And at the end of the day, either one will still leave you with no halo.